Okay, hello guys, this is David. We're back after a long hiatus. I don't know when the last time we released a video was, but we're back. Chris and I have been planning a full return over the summer to anybody who actually watches our videos. So I got this new game recently. I've played a couple games. It's a very good game. It's one of my favorite games of all time, I decided. It's called Hearts of Iron 3. You can play as any major World War II power, and I mean any, so going from countries like Germany, Great Britain, France, the United States, all the way to tiny countries like, say for instance, Yemen, or Albania, or even Czechoslovakia and Poland if you want to get killed quickly. But, yes. Now, some people will not think this is very good because I'm playing on normal, but let me explain to you the way that this works. Normal in this game does not make the AI any harder. It just gives the opposing player more resources. So I don't think that's much of an unfair advantage, so I'm just going to stick it on normal right now. And since everybody plays as Germany, and it's not because we're Nazis or racist or anything like that, it's because Germany is just really fun to play as, because any other countries you have to sit back waiting for peace. Germany, you can jump right into war. So let's get started as Germany, and you'll notice it's not the swastika flag, so if you live in Germany or Austria, don't be alarmed. The game takes a little while to load. Just a heads up. I would totally recommend this game to anybody that enjoys strategy, anything like that. It's a very, very good game. Ah, here we are. Germany. It's New Year's Day 1936. And since this game is only semi-well known, I'll explain it briefly. So, these are, up here I'll get to it later, but down here. So this is terrain, simplified terrain. Political, this is the one I'll be sticking on most of the time. I haven't got the expansions, I'll be planning to get them later, but just for now, yeah. So Britain's over here, obviously. France down there, Spain. Spanish Civil War hasn't broken out yet, it's still Republican Spain. Poland's over here, and our first target is over here, Austria. Which brings me to the first part of the game, before we have to sort out all these tabs. So statistics is just, well, statistics, you can't really do anything with them. But intelligence is important, especially for dealing with Austria. So, we're gonna get, well, first of all, let's take a look at this. These are two events that we can do. Anschluss of Austria and reoccupation of the Rhineland, both of which we want. So, but in order to Anschluss Austria, that's not a real word, it's just Anschluss. To get the Anschluss of Austria, you need to do one of these things. National Socialist Workers' Party of Germany must have 40 popularity or organization, which is what we're going to do, or you can get the political crisis in Austria, which doesn't happen very often, or wait till March 1st, 1938. I have no idea what reoccupation of the Rhineland is. So for now, we'll just stick to this. We'll turn up the Austrian spy priority to full and turn down countries I don't think we need to spy on. And we'll switch our mission to support our party, the NSDAP. Currently, they've only got 3% popularity. We can change that. Bulgaria is not important. Czechoslovakia, oops, I just went down. I can start from the bottom. Okay, Yugoslavia is not important. Yemen's not important. The UK is actually pretty important because we're going to invade them eventually. And national unity is this. So this brings me to another tab, the victory points tab. As you can see, some provinces are deemed victory points, such as Munich, Nuremberg, Stuttgart, Leipzig, Dresden, just to name a few German ones. And the French have a couple, so do the British. And in order to have a country surrender, you need to control a higher percentage of their victory points than their national unity. So, since my national unity is 90%, that's fairly high. Somebody would have to capture 90% of my victory points in order to have me surrender, in which case you lose the game. But, where was I down at the UK? We're going to turn down the spy priority to just 2. Their national unity is fairly high. We're going to, disrupt their national unity. Now, USA, they're not formally in the Allies yet, but what can our spies do there? It's 1936. The Americans are going to have elections in 1940. If we can increase their Nazi party, the German-American Bund, which currently has a popularity of 2%, to overcome the two parties by supporting our party, we should be able to have control over the United States, which would be quite nice. 10 at 2 votes. Switzerland's not important. Sweden is not important. The Russians are sure important. We want to disrupt their national unity because boy do they have a lot of victory points. And we'll just go around turning down the unimportant countries. Poland, we'll disrupt the national unity. So yeah, two very important things. Norway, Netherlands. We'll just turn down these so that all the spies go to those few places. And we're spying on our allies, Japan, and also Italy too. Interesting. Sorry about this. I'll just keep going through all these. France. There's a priority. Their national unity is not as high. But if we can take them down very low, they should fall very quickly. Now this game is, I forget, there's a specific term for it, but you can really change history in this game. It can be quite fun at times. Okay, there, intelligence tab done. Right, next one, politics. So our army hasn't mobilized yet. So they're not at full strength. See, on average these are brigades, and this as a whole is a division. A divisional strength is supposed to be about twice that, so once we mobilize, it'll take about a month to get to full strength. But in the meantime, we're going to replace some ministers. He's fine. And change him. Change him. Him. Keep him. These three are usually very fine. So we just got 3 new ministers. We have Jalmar Schultz, is that how you say it? Jalmar Schultz, who will increase our industrial capacity 10%. Joseph Goebbels, who will give us 5% more leadership, and Wilhelm Flick, who will give us 5% espionage bonus. Technology, this is very important. And as you can see here, this is leadership. So officers aren't very important yet, we'll turn that down. Diplomacy is not very important yet, we'll turn that down. Espionage is only semi-important, so we'll turn that down a little. We want to make about a spy every week, so that's good. That leaves us with 26 research projects. So we need to get better infantry. So this is a very complex tab. Yes, but so yeah, there's like 14 tabs, I think there is. I have not counted. But infantry weapons, very important. Militia and cavalry, not very important. Armor, as Germany, obviously very important. We need to research light tank level 2 in order to get medium tanks, so that we can build a solid armor force. Industry is another very important one. Well, education will give us more leadership. Agriculture, more manpower, which I'll explain soon. Combat medicine and first aid are pretty important too. Industrial production and industrial efficiency, another very important thing. Radar, obviously, a very important. I guess supply production is pretty important. That's all for industry. Land tactics, Blitzkrieg, obviously as Germany, very important. Schwerpunkt, again as Germany, very important, how your armor forces move. Mass assault is another very important tech. Infantry warfare. Sorry, I'm just thinking here. That's about all we really need for now. Elastic defense, that's important. Mobile warfare. So that ate up most of our techs. We'll get naval and air later. Secret and theory aren't too important as Germany. Bomber, fighter, and these are ships. So I want to get escort carriers and aircraft carriers. That's what. And I want to build some battleships. So for now, this is all we'll research as Germany, and we'll cancel some projects later when they become less useful. Right, to the production tab. So these ships will be done soon, so I'll just let them be. But we're going to have to build divisions. Now, this is a division, as I said, and this is a corps, and this is a front. We missed 2 groups in between, army group and army, but for now, each infantry corps should have about 5 infantry divisions. So the German army is obviously not in tip-top shape. We're going to have to build several divisions. But if we look into this one here, generally we can see where units are needed. Corps need infantry. So here's a 12th Infantry Division. It's not even attached to a corps. So already, we can attach it to the 10th Corps. There we go. 1 less unit. And the 2nd Panzer Division can be attached to Panzergruppenkommando, which is essentially the 1st Panzer. Is essentially a Panzer Corps. The 13th Infantry Division can be attached to the nearby... Ooh, there's no nearby corps. Here's one, the 2nd Army Corps. Is that it? Is that all the stray units? Excellent. Excellent, okay. So now we can just look who needs what. So they need 2 divisions. And engineers are always good to have, so they need 2 divisions. You know, it'd be faster if I wrote this down. So the 6th needs 2. I wrote it down and do it all at once. The 9th needs 2. The 12th needs 2. The 7th needs 1. The 10th needs 1. The 11th needs 3, I believe. Okay, that's all for the western one. Time for the eastern one. 1st needs 2. 2nd needs 3. Or rather, just 2. Can't even count. 8th needs 2. And the 4th needs 2. I think that's everything. So we have to build 19 infantry divisions. This is gonna take forever. And there we go. And this is how much industrial, so each factory in your country makes 1 factory, makes 1 industrial capacity rather. So we're going to allot everything however much they need. So supplies, we don't need too much, but that's gonna fly up and down. Reinforcement, they don't need too much, but that's also gonna fly up and down. Upgrades, they're gonna need a lot soon. We'll keep it about there, leaving about half what industry needs. So that we will get our infantry in about 2 batches. Right. Oh. Yeah. I'm gonna stop it here for a second. I just need to swap. Hang on. Yeah, I'll be back in about 2 seconds.